Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight I have Stu Wally as my co-host. Tonight we are going to talk about Alejandro Balde, the Barcelona left back, and there are some reports. This just came in, and it says Alejandro Balde has an offer from three clubs, and one of them is from Manchester United, who are currently the front runners. And this comes from Luis Rojo, and he's a Barcelona reporter for Marca, the Spanish outlet. So he knows his stuff. He was the one that was talking about Frenkie de Jong in 2022, and also he had the Rashford to Barcelona case. So he knows his stuff when it comes to Barcelona. And also we saw this one coming out, and it's from none other than Fabrizio Romano saying, I spoke with Alejandro Balde today and said to him that I think you're not here 109%. So it's best you stay at home and clear your mind. So we will talk again tomorrow. So basically what he's saying is that he's not in the squad. He hasn't played for Barcelona. And Alejandro Balde, what's happening with him? Hansi Flick, as he said, told him to stay at home to clear his mind. Why is that? And there are other reports saying that Balde would like to stay at Barcelona, and he's happy there. But the deal depends on the price. I can't wrap my mind around that one. Why would the price matter for Alejandro Balde? So it's a twofold, that it's something strange with the reports coming out. But the reports also say that Vivel is the one pushing from United's side. The structure, the hierarchy is not 100% agreeing. But we are closely getting into the transfer deadline, and they have to make up their mind. The only thing when it comes to this Balde thing is that you know who his agent is. Yes, you guess it. It's Mendes. So again, maybe it's just playing us, because we know, as the report said, it's three clubs fighting for his signature. And Mendes, he knows a trick or two when it comes to transfers. And also, we know that Mendes is also Salinas' agent, and he's working on a deal to get Salinas to Barcelona. So maybe the Spanish clubs are just playing us again. I don't know, but this is the latest reports on Alejandro Balde. We will have the debate. We will talk a little bit what's Stu's take on Alejandro Balde? Is he physical enough? Is he strong enough? Is he fit enough? Will he fit into Carrick's system? We will cover all the details, and I will also like your comments on it. We also heard tonight from Sully. Sully talks, saying that Ahmad is injured. Unfortunately, the report says that Ahmad is out for 6 weeks. Let me share this with you guys. It's not great news. Solly says, understand Ahmad could be out for up to 6 weeks following initial test scans after picking up an injury in training. United are waiting for more test results to have a clear picture, but the early signs are not looking too positive. So I'm not super excited. Ahmad out. It means Shea Lacey will get more game time. Ahmad, he looked quite good against AC Milan. At least he looks match fit. But I think we will need Ahmad. But, you know, if he's out for 6 weeks, he won't be back until October. Something second week October. So you know, it's always when it comes to the season and the season starts, the intensity in training ups, and players get injured. Also, you know, we heard a little bit about more about the Mason Mount's injury, and apparently, you know, it's a what's the name? Hamstring injury again. So it's not just a knock, it's a hamstring injury. So who knows how long Mason Mount will be out for? My guess, 12 months. But, you know, it's Mason Mount. Who knows? Our number 7, our magical number 7. Also on other reports, Boadi is here we go to Manchester City, 95 plus 5 million euros, according to Fabrice Hawkins, the French reporter who knows everything when it comes to Ligue 1. And other news, we also know that Baleba is 100% confirmed. All documents are signed, 65 millions plus 5 and a sell-on clause. It's reported from Fabrizio Romano, and Sky reported 15 minutes ago that it could be announced on Monday. On other news, we know that Aston Villa have held talks with United over Joshua Zirkzee, but United have yet to give a green light. This comes also from Fabrizio Romano, so we will see. Maybe that's the reason why Zirkzee didn't get any minutes against Hull. And speaking about Hull, we will do a preview on the whole game. I have a thing or two to say about this, some tactical analysis. I will bring back the good old tactical board. We will look at some footage, and I would like to see Stu Wallis' take on it and also your take on it. Guys, I see a lot of you have tuned in already. Please do me a favor, smash the like. If this is your first time on the Tactical Devils, please subscribe. Press that bell notification, and Stu and I will be back after this short 5-second intro. And by the way, keep a close look on the Jarvis's shop. Yes. Boom, 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 boom. It's Sunday night. It's 9 p.m. It's time for the Tactical Devils. Sorry we couldn't do a match reaction yesterday, but we are here now to give you our thoughts on the game. And but first of all, we got to cover the latest news. And before we go to Stu, I just want to say hi to the people who have tuned in. As always, number one, the guy who always comes in first, Tom Porter. Big up, Tom. I hope you're well. We have Blank in the building. Excuse me. We have Blank in the building coming in saying big up Tom Porter again. We have Stephanie Griffith, all the legends. Big up Jarvis and the Devilish Tacticos. We have Barbaru Helm. Big up Barbaru Helm. I hope you're well. We have Abel. Big up Abel. We have Irish Pit Terrier Neil Driscoll. Big up Neil. I hope you're well, my friend. We have Mason Mount fan C6C. Big up Mason Mount fan. I'm glad you tuned in because we are going to talk a little bit about Mason Mount and his apparently his hamstring injury, according to some rumors. We have MUFC J5L, and a lot of you guys have tuned in. Guys, get your comments in, and we can get going with the show. Let me just see. Man United for life. We have, is it just me, Agile Beast, all of you guys? If I hit A147, so glad that you all tuned in. 83 of you already watching. So, okay. Welcome to the show, Stu. Sorry for me talking for 10 minutes.
Don't panic. Good evening, Jarvis. Good evening, the Devilish Tacticos. Commonly known, by the way, as the most knowledgeable community on YouTube when it comes to football, by far. So, yeah, big up to everybody. Yeah, what a weekend. What a weekend. It's been quite interesting. A few ups and downs for some teams. A slap in the face for other teams. Villa must be wondering what the hell's going on. Newcastle looked very, very good against Liverpool this afternoon. City looked awful against Bournemouth. Really interesting first week. And of course, it's not long before we're back in it. Carabao Cup starts this week. As well for all the non-European Premier Leagues. They go into the Carabao Cup this week. There's a lot going on this week. So roll on at the weekend. I don't know whether we play Saturday and Sunday. I've not looked. But I'm quite looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it.
I'm glad to be back. But
Yeah.
guys, to be honest, I called Stu after the game and we talked, and I said I can't do it. I can't do a show. I was so pissed and angry, and it wouldn't have been a good show. Me and Stu sitting here swearing and f this and f that and f him and f. And all of that. So, I think it's better now when everything, is feels a little bit better. It's easier to analyze, a bit calmer. And I think we are ready to get going with the game. But as I said, first of all, I wanna talk a little bit about the latest transfer news, because a lot of people tune in just for the transfer news and then they tune out. So let's just cover it. And by the way, I just saw a interesting comment from the Mason Mount fan. Said he's followed Mason Mount since his Vitesse days. Where is it? Yeah, well.
Yeah, he did. He did play out of there, didn't he? Yes, that's right.
He did. Yeah, he did. And in Derby under
the Derby was excellent.
Derby,
he was excellent for Chelsea under Lampard. We've just got the Mason Mount that just doesn't exist or doesn't seem to function anymore, which is a real shame, because he's an England international, ex-England international, not likely to see the white shirt again. And people may look at Mason Mount fans' comments, but he's not wrong. We all would admit that when he's fit, he's a very, very, very good footballer. He just isn't fit.
That's the thing. And according to the first reports, he was out with a knock. He walked out the pitch. He walked after the game. Everything looked fine. Looked like a couple of days. He's still injured. Latest reports I heard today, again, hamstring. And that's been a reoccurring problem when it comes to Mason Mount and his hamstrings. He's worse than Ryan Giggs in the early 90s.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, and what really winds me up more than anything, I don't know if it's right or his left hamstring, but he's still driving backwards and forwards to training. If you've got a hamstring injury, don't drive, irrespective if you've got an automatic. Don't drive. Get a lift in. You've got the money. You don't need to drive. So what's he doing? Is he taking care of his body? I don't know. It's a real shame what's happened to him, but
it is. It is.
Anyway, Mason Mount fan, you're hugely welcome, and keep going with your opinions, mate, because fair play to you, mate.
Yeah. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, and Stu and I have our opinions, and you have your opinions, and this is a place where we can share them and talk about it. It's only footballing opinions at the end of the day. Neil Driscoll comes in and say United's defending was shocking. Yes, it was shocking how we defend set pieces. Don't get me started, Neil.
We'll get to that later. We'll
get to that later. Okay. Stu, you saw the reports on Balde, and to be fair, let me bring it up, and we can talk a little bit about it. This was in from the Spanish outlet, from Marca, Luis Rojo, saying that Alejandro Balde has 3 offers from 3 clubs. It's not disclosed who the other clubs are, but it says one of them is from Manchester United, who are currently the front runners. The only thing I find a little bit strange, because we know things gets lost in translation, when he says one of them is from Manchester United.
Yeah,
could it be because when they talk about Manchester United, they say Manchester. Doesn't matter if it's Manchester City or Manchester United.
Yeah, they do say Manchester. Yeah, they don't say Manchester United. The thing about the Balde one for me is that it would suggest to me that we don't see him as a traditional left back. We spoke about it on Monday, and Thursday, Jarvis, about how fullbacks don't defend anymore. Particularly, they're more attacking these days. And I don't like that. I think if you've got a fullback, he should be able to defend as well as attack. Now,
it's 50-50. It's 50-50. You should be able to do both.
Yeah, and to be fair, the best fullbacks are competent on both sides of the pitch. They're really, really good at defending and okay at going forward. But as everybody's pointed out, Balde is a wing back. He's not a fullback, and which means that Carrick has got a way of playing, or Vivell has a way of playing, or the club has a way of playing, and we see wing backs to be the prominent source of attack. I think we could argue that basically when we go through the game against Hull. I think we can both argue that doesn't seem to be correct, because both our wing backs were appalling. But when you look at the way, and I'm just going to skirt over what I'm about to say, is the way that Hull played their fullbacks against us. Okay, then that's what we should be employing, that type of fullback, not a Balde fullback. So there's only 2 fullbacks I would go for, and you know them, and that is I would take Lewis Hall, because I think he would be embedded in our club for 10 years. If not, I'd go and get Bueno out of Wolves, because I think he offers, again, he's not the very best one-on-one, but he's very good at getting up and down the pitch. He's got a great engine, tight ball control, decent crosser. So Lewis Hall demonstrated his long ball and his long game and short game quite nicely in his defending today. Bueno offers that. I think Balde...
He gave a penalty away, but okay.
Well, that just happens, doesn't it? I mean, you know, a defender should be.
But I think he had a good game, you know. I had a close eye on him during the game, so yeah.
And to be fair, it's a defender's lot, Jarvis, you know. And one of the things I'll talk about, which I'm going to get out of the 2021 playbook a little bit later, is a defender's nightmare. And that's what it was. It was just a defender's nightmare. Gave a penalty away, but he was there to try and make an attempt to stop an attack. And that's what a defender's there for, Jarvis. And sometimes you get unlucky. Balde, for me, and I don't think I'd ever say this again, so I need to look, he's a luxury player. He really is. I think he's more suited to the idyllic lifestyle that Barcelona and the Spanish climate offers. I don't think he would suit and adjust into the Premier League. There's no doubt in Jarvis is an excellent footballer. Okay, there's no doubt in he's a brilliant player. But I mean, Hansi Flick doesn't want him 109%. I don't quite know what 109% means.
Why 109%? It has to be like a German expression. You know, I never heard about 109. I heard about 110.
Yeah, exactly. Which is bollocks as well. 110%. You can only get 100. So I don't know what 109% means. But he would be a luxury player to us. And I think right now, Jarvis, we don't have the luxury of bedding somebody in like Balde. I think we need somebody like Lewis Hall. We've got a week to do it. I looked at him again today, Jarvis. I was massively impressed with him. Massively impressed. I'm taking my nephew to Wolves this Sunday, this coming Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm looking at watching. I'm hopeful Bueno will play because I'm looking at watching him. And but for me, I think it's going to be problematic if we. I mean, I don't know how much Balde's worth. I mean, has anybody put a number on him?
I read somewhere 50, 55, or 60. I'm not sure. One of those. Or was it 45? Guys in the chat, you guys know the reports.
Doing that, fella, you've got to go all out and try and get. If you're going to be spending 60 million on Balde, for argument's sake, Jarvis, there's a deal got to be done for Lewis Hall. Surely, a deal has to be done.
Yeah, the problem is Jorge Mendes. He's his agent, and also, Balde, he's reluctant. He's happy in Barcelona. He's not willing to leave. So again, I think when all of this, I think it's Mendes talk, leading us on as it did with Mateus Fernandes. But when you read in between the lines, the player is happy. Man United don't want to overpay. He's not Premier League proven. All of this, it doesn't fit the mold. So I would be very surprised, even though all the signs point to Balde right now with the reports. For me, I think they are shooting in the blind. And I think it comes from one source and one source only, and that's Spain, that's Barcelona. We saw now Marca coming in with this report saying that 3 clubs are interested. They are trying to stir the pot, trying to make other clubs interested. They are putting him out there, but there's nothing from Man United. You have Fabrizio, and you have this Rojo guy.
Yeah, it's dangerous to buy or to take a player that doesn't want to leave a club. It's just dangerous because you're not getting a player fully focused.
Yeah,
and Balde's not fighting for a living. He's not fighting for a wage. He's got a wage.
yeah.
You know, he's got a couple of million already in the bank in his very young era because that's what they pay. They get paid over $1 million a year at 18 now, don't they? You know, most of them. It's fucking nuts. So he's not looking for a payday, and you know, he could conceivably turn around to Barcelona and say, well, I'm not interested, not bothered, don't care. You know, if I've got to go to Man United, I'll go to Man United. But what are we going to get then, Jarvis? Are we getting a player that we need? I don't think so. I think it's a big mistake if we go for him. So
apparently, Balde is on 32k euros a week.
Oh, there you go.
32,000 euros. So that's 25,000 pounds, 26,000 pounds.
Yeah, it doesn't need the money.
But you know, it will be a profitable offer to come to Man United. We will most likely offer him, let's say, 35, 40k a week, pounds.
No, one else would offer him 70 grand.
Yeah, okay. You're right. You're right.
We'd offer him 70 grand. And he'll be going, well, I might consider it for that. No, I think it's a dangerous game if we go for him.
Okay,
but
34 millions, by the way. Big up.
It's cheap. But you're right about Barcelona. They want Salinas. That's very clear, that is.
It's very clear, yeah. And I think they are the front runners right now. We know that Atletico Madrid was in for him, but as soon as Barcelona comes in, they swoop all the players, you know, as they like.
He's going to go. He'll end up there.
Yeah, they are in control of the market. So again, you know, a lot of these reports doesn't make sense. Only thing that makes sense is his age, his valuation. It's doable. His wages is not too high. He's semi-experienced. He have had at least 3 full seasons for Barcelona. People report that he's injury-prone, but he's played a lot of games the last 3 seasons. I saw, who was it? Was it Cass who put out his? Yes, I saw Cass's tweet. Big up, Cass, if you're around, let me know. Cass put this tweet on saying Alejandro Balde is 22 years of age. He played 42 games last season, 47 games the year before, and 28 games. So yeah, he has had 2,000 minutes, 3,500 and 2,800 minutes. So I don't think the injuries is his biggest concern, you know, and he's a young player. So
yeah, I think I'd rather still go Hall or Bueno.
Yeah, but Lewis Hall is not coming. He's not coming. You know, Matthias Jassel, the new Newcastle manager, in the interview after the Newcastle game, he said they asked him, I think it was Schmeichel, who asked him, what about your left back? Is he for sale? He said, no, absolutely not. So for me, I think the Lewis Hall thing is over. Newcastle is not giving in.
You got to dig your heels in occasionally, haven't you, in life?
Yeah. And Taya Simba, why can't we try for Salinas? Yeah, well, there were some reports, you know, 2 weeks ago that we were in for him, but I think that's agent talk. And if you know Man United by now, you know that we spend a long time scouting players, and we know Balde. We have been linked to him for a long time now, and I think we are thorough when we sign players right now. We don't jump on on players we haven't looked at for a long time. So maybe in the future, but not now. You know, if we couldn't turn around and sign Sangare when he was a home run, a slam dunk, so easy to make for a then we know this is difficult. By the way, Stu, a quick comment on Sangare yesterday for Brentford.
Yes. Yeah, he scored the
two assists.
No, he got 2 assists. Got 14 points on my fantasy Premier League team. I was well happy.
Yeah.
In fact, I've moved up quite nicely, and I've still got 2 players to come yet. So, but did you see? Have you seen our league?
No.
The top team, the top player team got 76 points.
You must have used some of the gems or whatever it's called.
79 points he's got.
Triple captain or something.
Yeah, 67 for Bob the Cat. Where are you, by the way? I was looking for you. I couldn't see you. Oh, you're 28. That's why.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Quick look at the
79. That's a hell of a score.
Quick look. We have Atletico Patetico on top with 79 points. Bob the Cat Rip 2nd points, and Alex in 3rd place. Let's just scroll down and see if we can find.
Keep going. You'll see me pop up in a minute.
There he
is. Lawley Wanderers.
There is Lawley Wanderers. 47 points.
I've still got Sander Beige to come, and Jai Pedro. Yeah.
There's Jarvis's team on 42 points. Well, not too shabby.
Open your team up. Where did you score then? Where did you score?
Okay. Let's have a quick look at Jarvis's team. 42 points. I have. Let me just take it down a notch. Ryan goal 6 points. Pedro Porro was injured. Keane didn't play, so my defense only gave me 5 points. Midfield, Slobosai scored today. Fernandez, my captain, so that just gave me double 4 points. Mbumo and Sangare, my star player. Alexander Isaac and João Pedro. But I have Calafiori on the bench. He will be replacing Pedro Porro, so I have 9 more points waiting.
Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't happy about that.
So basically I'm on 51 now, Stu. So we'll see. I'm ranked to 2,390,000 in the world. So
So pop up my team, and I got who have I got then points wise?
Let's have a look at
that 47. No messing around.
You ranked in 1,300,000. That's quite good.
It happens.
Raya, Gabriel, Riley. Go through it.
Yeah, Van Hecker was very disappointing. I thought I would do quite well. I captained Rice. I didn't bother with Haaland because I knew he was getting a haircut, so I knew he'd be rubbish, and he was. But I would imagine that most people are going to put in Sangare for this weekend and captain him because he would have absolutely. I know I've got Stack.
You have Anton Stach.
Yeah, he did really well for me, and so
well, you better hope that Sander Berge doesn't play tomorrow.
Yes, that's what I'm kind of hoping, because if he doesn't, then I'll be all right. But so I could have 13 points to come possibly. But where's Mark? What's Mark's team?
I couldn't find Mark. He's not even on the list. So,
okay.
But it's still not too late. Not you can't join in game week 2. So, guys, if you haven't, if you're not playing FPL or what's it called, fantasy football, please join our league. The league code is on my X channel, Bowley77. Go find it there.
Me and Jarvis talk about it for about 6 weeks, and we forget about it because I didn't change my team once last year, and I still finished. What was it, 29th, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah. Well, for me, my top 10 is my aim this season. Top 10.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but Sangare was, and I think it's worth doffing the cap to the kid because Brentford looked absolutely on a different fucking level.
They did. They did.
Very good. Brentford did.
Brentford looked good.
Keith
But
Andrews,
you know, I think Spurs is
they're in transition.
probably not at their best at the moment. So
No.
I will have to see more.
Yeah, good,
We'll
good,
have
good
to see
for
more.
Brentford. Nice to see Brentford. They're top of the league. No,
No.
what do you call it? Top of the league now, weren't they? Brighton.
No, Brighton is top of the. They won 4-0.
4-0, yeah.
Yeah, Lindelof scored an own goal, and Garnacho had a calamity.
Yes, Zimba is 58th in the Fantasy Premier League. No problem.
Big up, and Zimba. Big up. Let me go back and see if we can find this.
See if we can find
58. We need to go to page 2 then. Sorry.
No, well, don't worry about being on page 2, Zimba. It's no problem. It's early days.
It's early days.
Yeah, warm up.
Oh, there we have it. There we have Simba. So he's now 58. Yes,
yeah,
58. Ascot's City FC, 34 points. So yeah, this will be interesting. Let's see who's last. It's Don Dada who's last with 15 points. And I wonder if Vicky Nevermind is our own Vicky.
I don't know, because she's got her league. Are you in Vicky's league?
Yes, I am.
Where are you in Vicky's league?
I haven't checked. Yet. Well, I think Wiki is second to last in our league, so let's leave it with that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Big up, Wiki. Big up. There's still a long time left in the season.
I was 60th this morning on Vicky's league, and then I've gone up to 30th somehow. I don't know. Anyway, look, the Fantasy Premier League, it's just a bit of fun. Me and Jarvis, it's just a little bit of fun between me and Jarvis. And anyone else who wants to come up, if you want us to search for you in the league, you want us to show us your team, just let us know, and we'll do it throughout the show periodically when we're not talking.
It's all about the banter.
This is banter then.
So by the way, if you want to join the league code is as you see there, it's AC6K4I.
Yes,
AC6K4I. So please join up. Don't be afraid to join up. Baleba Lul third. Bilal, are you third in the league? Wow.
Is Bilal third?
Well,
you know, it's early days, Jarvis. It's early days. I'm just warming up.
Okay. Good for you. Stu's Fantasy Premier League team has everyone wearing a mankini.
Well, yes,
that's a jersey.
Yes,
just like a string.
To be fair, Trev, I haven't told you this yet. I'm going to keep it as a bit of a surprise for you, my old mate. But next time it'll be a romper suit. I've decided to go down the romper suit side. Mankinis might have had their day, and I might go romper suits moving forward.
Mankinis is so passe. Yeah. It's so passe.
That's so last season.
Yeah.
That's so last season.
Let's get back on track. You know, I feel we are losing all our viewers at the moment. Just waffling. Sorry, guys. We will be more serious from now on. Yes. I want to talk a little bit about Ahmad. We heard the report. You know, I'm a little bit concerned. Ahmad, you know, he has his fair share of injuries, and now Solly reports he will be out for 6 weeks. And I don't know, what's your initial reaction to this, Stu?
I'm kind of I'm kind of okay with it, really. I'm disappointed that he's injured. He had a pretty good preseason, and I think, oh, nice. I think last season it would have been more problematic than it is this season. We've got enough cover for us to kind of cope over that period of time. One of the things we should do is bring in a striker on loan. We should go out and get an experienced striker on loan, whoever that may be. And if that is the case, then we'll be able to utilise Mbeumo, Rashford, Cunha, Dorgu a little bit more out on the flanks, and then use Sesko and, in my opinion, a second striker as our focal point. So
okay, so you don't trust Sesko to do the job?
I thought he looked okay when he came on. He's a big lad now. I'll give him that, and I think he'll score plenty of goals this season for us. But we do need a striker, a backup striker. We need a loan striker,
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, look, I would try and I would have tried to have loaned or got Watkins out of Villa, but it looks like he's all set to go to Saudi Arabia, doesn't he? And some dough.
Yeah, I think you're right. The reports came out. We all saw Mr. Good Evening say no comment or
yes,
silence or something. And yeah, he didn't want to comment on the Watkins thing and said let the player speak for himself. I think that's
the best way.
Yeah, it is.
The best way. And to be honest, Wendy's made a really good point. Ahmad's exactly the same as Mbeumo. We seem to forget he's played 2 tournaments in the last 6 months. He's played a lot of football. I'm not surprised he's picked up an injury.
Yeah, and I'm not, as I said in the intro, I'm not surprised players getting injured now in training when the intensity ups. Because now we have full squad. They're not training against the kids anymore. They're training with higher intensity. They know the seasons is on. It's competition for places. Everybody want to prove themselves, and then injury comes in training, not in games, in training.
It happens. Yeah, you have a stretch for a ball. You haven't warmed up properly. All sorts of things can.
Yeah, but it's just as you said. He played two tournaments. Maybe it's overplayed. Maybe haven't recovered really, enough to handle the toughness, the amount of training, and then snap.
I mean, he's a key player, isn't he, for the Ivory Coast? So we played, virtually all their games in both tournaments. Plus,
he had a decent World Cup, didn't he? I think
he did. I think he had a good World Cup. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Teja Simba says I would have brought on Xerxes, but that's the thing. We heard the rumors yesterday from Fabrizio that Xerxes, that Aston Villa have held talks with United over Xerxes, but United haven't given a green light. So I don't know. It's been so vague. All the Xerxes report, it almost makes me feel that maybe Xerxes doesn't want to leave, and us not playing him yesterday was our way or Carrick's way to show him that he's not wanted and get out of here. Did you get that feeling, Stu?
It's normally damning if you're trailing 2-0 and you are deemed to be a 9.5, one for the better word, and you don't get brought on. That would make me open my eyes a bit. I wonder what's going on. If I was Xerxes, I'd have been in Carrick's office this morning or first thing Monday morning. I'm knocking on the door saying, "Where am I? Am I getting game time? Am I not getting game time? What's happening? I need to know." Yoro, I think, was hugely unlucky to miss out. Personally, I don't think it worked with Mazzari. But we'll cover that later.
Yeah, but I think the Xerxes thing for me, I'm getting a little bit suspicious. I think maybe the club wants him out. I think they need funding. I think they need the money, and I think they see Xerxes as surplus in the squad at the moment.
I'd agree with that.
And especially when Rashford is here, and it looks like Rashford is staying, and I think the club now sees, okay, if Rashford is staying, we need to get rid of Xerxes because we can't carry both of them, and I think that's the issue. So in a harsh way, I think the club has told Carrick that don't let Xerxes play unless you have to.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think you're right. I think you know, he was in the squad. He travelled. He was there, but would he have made a difference? I don't know, really. Probably not.
Well, I think it would have been better to have both Xerxes and Sesko in the last 15 minutes, like
last
2
15, 20
guys, you
minutes,
know, at the end of
2 big
all
guys,
the crosses. We had so many crosses, so many useless crosses from the areas. I don't like people to cross from. The only time you cross from those areas, you know, not area 16 or 18, but area, I don't know if it's 12 or 14, whatever.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. If you cross from those areas, it's on 1-touch crosses, and that's if someone goes down to the byline and plays the ball back, and you play it in on 1 touch. That's the only time you do crosses from that area, because it's so easy for the defenders to defend those type of crosses. You've been at centre back yourself. That's your bread and butter.
Oh, it's easy. Yeah, you can close your eyes and defend them.
Yeah.
You can. That's really easy. That is. I totally agree.
Yeah. Big up Compost Smurf. It's a name I haven't seen in a while. Good to have you back on the channel. A lot of comments coming in. Sorry guys if I can't bring all your comments up. You know, being the producer and host and all of that.
He's the main man.
Well, it's 2 main men, so that's you know.
I'll bring some comments up. You carry on. I'll bring.
Yeah. Just bring up some comments. That's good. Yeah. Well, the next topic I wanted to talk about is Manchester City, because I know that they are our rival, but we saw them getting the "here we go" on Boadi. It's from Fabrice Hawkins, and the "here we go" comes from Romano, always saying it's almost a done deal. It's 95 plus 5 million euros. And it looks like City are getting their funding from the Marmouche sale and Savinho sale to Spurs. And we also know they have the Rodri money coming in. So are you surprised? And according to the reports, also Manchester City are not done. They're not just signing Boadi, but they're also looking for another midfielder. And this is where Enzo Fernandez comes. Another 120 million for Manchester City on a midfielder after signing Elliot Anderson and Boadi. Is it madness or what's going on?
Well, it was quite interesting. I think they announced Boadi before kickoff, and then Elliot Anderson went off injured, and he was poor, by the way.
He had a poor game.
He was terrible. And you know, and then the interesting thing was, look, I don't think Boadi's worth 90 million currently. I think he had an excellent World Cup. Let's be clear, and I think he's a fantastic footballer. But 90 million, no. I mean, the market is so overinflated at the minute, and City are willing to pay that type of money. Then that's up to them. But you know, what they're doing though is circumventing the rules. They are taking the piss out of the Premier League, and other clubs are now in cahoots with them. The Tottenham deal for Savinho for 90 million. You've got that just no.
It's bullshit.
It's bollocks. And you're telling me that Marmouche, because if they're selling for over 59 million, then they've got to pay, was it Frankfurt, wherever he came from?
Yeah.
You know, part of that fee. So they've done this deal. They've overinflated Savinho and undervalued Marmouche. So trust me, if I'm Eintracht Frankfurt, I'm suing the fuck out of City for that.
But Stu, I think you're on to something, and it always feels like some sort of a gentleman's agreement, a camaraderie, whatever you want to call it. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Everybody just to get the finances, the books covered. And for me, you know, it feels like foul play. We don't know anything, but we are what you call it, insinuating.
We're just reading between the lines. But the problem is, how the hell is Savinho worth 90 million pounds?
Have done nothing.
He just isn't. He's just nowhere near worth that type of money. And Mamouche going at 15. It's terrible. It's terrible business, and nobody's stepping in. Nobody's investigating it. And
don't bully Mason Mount fan.
Let
him have his opinions, guys. Don't bully.
Having a bit of fun.
No bullying on my watch.
They're just having a bit of fun with old mate. That's what we like on this channel. You come and have some fun. That's what it's all about, pal. Just ask Grace Sheridan. When Grace is in the chat, ask her about Diego Dallo. She loves him just as much. So don't panic. Just come and enjoy it. It's a lovely place to be, I promise you. But he's not worth that money. Savinho. No. Bearing in mind, Jarvis, they bought him for 30 million from their own fucking club.
Yeah.
It's dodgy. It's
not Girona, but was it not Lausanne, but the equivalent?
Whatever it was, they bought him from within the group. It's just awful. It's just terrible. I'm fed up with it, and it's got to be stopped. But it won't get stopped because City think they can just steamroller everybody. So they're now going to go back in, and they're going to have to pay 120 million for Enzo, and that would have meant they would have spent something close on 400 million, because they bought other players as well, haven't they, City? I think
they buy so many players. I can't even keep count anymore. I read somewhere it was 18 players, or now 19 with Boadi in the last 18 months.
Yeah,
months, 600 millions something.
It's just a joke. Look, I think Boadi is a great player. There's absolutely no way he's worth 90 million. I just don't understand it.
Quickly, Agile Beast 21 says 95 for Boadi and 70 for Baleba. Which one is better?
Well, to be honest, Agile Beast, they're different players. So Baleba is a tackler. He's a disruptor. Boadi's got a bit of skill, bit of finesse. So they're totally different players. So you always pay more for a player that's got finesse. You always pay more actually for a left-footed winger. You always used to be in the past, because they got so much style and they just look more graceful. So you always ended up paying a little bit more. But Baleba is just a disruptor. He's in there too, and he's got a great engine, Baleba. But again, it's a lot of money, Jarvis. 90 million for Boadi. It's a lot of cash, or 86, whatever the deal's worth. It's a lot of money. But City think they can. Yeah. They think they can run roughshod over the Premier League, and all the clubs are letting them do it, by the way. So
yeah, unfortunately, it's the way the game has gone. By the way, guys, let me just tell you this: we are currently on 2,398 subscribers. Whoa. So we are two subscribers away from 2,400. So if you haven't subscribed, you could be member number 2,400. So do us a favor, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please go and subscribe. And by the way, I forgot to put on monetization on this video. Some of you probably noticed that there were no commercials while you were tuning in, so let me do that whilst do a couple of comments.
Yes, I'll do a couple of comments. Let's have a look. Compost Smurf says Rashford did nothing wrong, but his and Shaw's act was slow motion version of 2020. It's very predictable. Yeah. Simon said, I called yesterday the first game curse because we always lose the first one, and Lamens didn't play like he normally does. Very Anana-like. We're going to be a laughing stock again for a while. What else have we got?
I see Vissa has an interesting comment. This one, the Brighton staff couldn't wait to get rid of Baleba. Even they said he was the wrong profile, and they can't wait to sell him. Where have you heard this, Vissa? Because if it's true, it's interesting. But I can't agree that he's not the right profile in the Hürsler system. He hardly plays with the midfield, and if you look at the Baleba's traits, you know how it changed from the Serbi to Hürsler, and you know he's out and out just a tackler and a defensive machine in the Hürsler setup. But under the Serbi, he was more ball playing, he was more progressive. He had more part of the attacking play. So it could be they see him as the wrong profile, according to the manager. So it could be right. Could be right, Visa. Yeah,
I think that's a difficult one to put your finger on, because different managers have got different ways of playing, and De Zerbi used Baleba a lot more than what Hursler did. He had his problems last season. We know that, and there's a reason why De Zerbi used him, and the way that he wanted to play is all action, a swashbuckling type of play. And I think he'll bring that to us. And we're not going to see him for a couple of weeks anyway, as we know. So he's got to, he'll be training tomorrow or recovering, whichever you believe. And, we'll see him probably the end of September, maybe.
None for Stu.
They're all for me. They're all for me. No, I'm joking. Have we got them? We've got 2,400, have we?
Let me check. Let me have a look. We are currently we got no subscribers.
What do you mean, no?
Nothing. We have 2,398 subscribers at the moment.
Make another account and get on there and subscribe. Come on, Trev. Shocking.
Well, it is what it is. Subscribers isn't the most important thing. The most important thing is for you guys to press the like and watch the show. And by the way, John Kermode is out on his evening walk. So I hope you're listening in on your headset while you're walking, getting some fresh air. John Kermode, I hope it's not too hot down in Florida and walking down in the swamps. Watch out for the alligators.
Florida. There is a report going out. Somebody's put it on one of the groups. It's it was Man United Analytics have tweeted that Wilcox's position will be discussed or reviewed after the transfer window has closed. How true that is, God only knows.
Repeat that. Did you say Wilcox
will be reviewed according to Man United Analytics after the transfer window? There does seem to be some kind of underlying tension, doesn't it, between Vivell and Wilcox? So maybe it could be the end of Wilcox. Who knows?
Look, I'm on Team Vivell to be clear.
To be honest,
I don't trust Wilcox. I think he's a fool. I think he's incompetent and is nowhere near good enough to be the CEO of Man United.
Wilcox,
director of football.
Yeah, Wilcox for me is excellent at youth, at developing youth and picking youth. He's fantastic at that, but he cannot work the senior team. We need to move him away from that. Need to get him out of that. Needs to get out of Carrick's hair, and maybe Vivell could be the shining light we so desperately.
Well, we heard rumors of Vivell going back to Germany, and Bayern Munich were looking for a chief of recruitment, and I think Vivell is kind of considering that role. So why not?
Yeah, they've asked him. So maybe that's it. Maybe Wilcox gets the boot, and we promote Vivell. So
yeah. Quick comment on Haaland's new haircut. I see people talking about it. Simon says, my new nickname for Haaland, not the Viking, but the cue ball.
Yes, he was poor today. What annoyed me more than anything about it, because I don't give a fuck whether he's had a haircut or not, but why did they make such a big deal out of it?
Well, he's the biggest player in the world. That's why.
Yeah, but Jarvis, you had a haircut a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
exactly. So this was all over Sky Sports today, him FaceTiming Pep. I mean, I don't know how much AI is into it, but do me a favour, nobody cares. And this is the problem, I think, where we are with modernism.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's modern. Remember David Beckham, my friend, or George Best?
Yeah, but
it
I
goes back from ages.
quite
This
it does. But I quite like
personification and focus on the players.
But I quite like Fergie when he turned around and Beckham knew he was going to have to shave his mohawk off. He just knew it, and I like that kind of stuff. You don't do that when you're playing for Manchester United. Got to get these kind of standards back a bit, in my opinion. So I don't care whether he's had his haircut, really. Neither do you, and I know you don't. I know you don't give a damn whether he's had his haircut or not. And he was shite today. He was really, really bad. What we wanting to see is he's got more hair than me. Mine's stick on, Trev, as you well know. But no, he. That's the type of thing I don't care. I was having a debate about stuff, and my thing on modernism in the game and how people seem to think the game's changed. And I was arguing it's never changed. And I'm having this debate with people. And I think, the game hasn't changed that much. It's just got better with science and being able to, provide better kit and modernism in your apparel, in your football boots, and the footballs, etc., etc., etc. But I'm sorry, Mason Mount's got the best hair. Well,
it's a matter of opinion.
Matter of opinion. Well, Jarvis has got the best hair on here.
Yeah, I have a full set of hair. No wig. No wig.
No, I haven't got a wig, but I'll need one soon for sure.
Well, that's life, Stu. That's life.
We never do. If you win the league, we'll get you a Tactical Devils mug. There you go.
Yeah. For the winner, I'll order you guys a mug.
You get the cup. Yes.
No, not my cup. This is my cup. I will order another one.
Yeah. We'll get you a cup.
I promise. Tactical Devils mug for the winner. Maybe send it kind of and I can throw in some other merch. Yeah.
Whoa! No, the cup is enough. That is a prized possession.
Be a cap. Maybe I'll throw in the Goodyear blinking glasses.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going this weekend?
Oh, you're going to Spain, aren't you?
No, I'm going to Sorrento, Napoli, Naples.
Oh, you're going to Napoli, aren't you? Yes, with Goodyear.
Yeah, with the tire business. So yeah.
What they're doing? They're taking you to a motorsport event, or?
No. It's just a trip.
Fantastic.
on those guys. So yeah. So I will grab as much merch as possible. So maybe I can get you one of those blinking glasses.
Goodyear
is there.
I tell you what. Is that my letterbox going? Is that? Oh no, I couldn't hear it. Sorry. Yeah. My Ring doorbell hasn't gone off. Clearly no mail today. Yeah, so you're going this weekend, are you? Looking forward to it. So
yes, I'm going. I'm traveling down to the south Wednesday night and down to Italy Thursday morning. So I will be home Monday afternoon. So I'll be back in time for Jarvis's Corner at least.
Jarvis Corner, fantastic. We love Jarvis's Corner.
Oh, imagine me! I will have 2,000 wrinkles, red eyes. I will be exhausted.
I've got a month of Germany coming up, haven't I?
Again?
I've got a month of Germany, and then I'll be in Taipei in October. I'll do a show from Dubai again, shall I?
Ooh.
So I'm joining from Dubai.
Let's hope the Wi-Fi is okay.
It was terrible, wasn't it, last year?
No, I think it was good.
Was it all right, was it?
It was all right, terrible. Yeah.
It felt terrible.
Let's see. Let's get back to football. We have covered the Boadi thing, Ahmad. We have covered Balde and talked about Xerxes. So the only thing we haven't really talked about is the Baleba deal is 100% confirmed and all documents are signed.
They're signed, aren't they?
65 millions plus 5 plus and sell-on clause. I don't know if anyone have read how much. Is it 10%, 15%, 50% on the profit? I don't know. And also that he will be announced Monday. So tomorrow, according to Sky, he will be announced officially for Man United. Yeah, how do you think Baleba will fit into this team? You know, we had the talk, but now we know it's confirmed and all good, because we saw against Hull there was something lacking in the middle of the park.
Well, yeah. I'll be interesting to perhaps we should get our profile, our midfield profile graphic up that we use.
Oh, you want to see the
yes,
data MB, data MB.
Yes, we like that, and then we can demonstrate our best trio.
Okay. So let's do this. Data MB. So we want to go with team name. No, let's go home. No. Oh, sorry, commercials. Go to players and midfielders.
That's it.
So let's just type in Baleba right away, because he's the main man.
Yeah.
Last season or the season before?
Better go last season, really.
Yeah.
That's exactly what. Santos and Fernandez, I think.
So we want to go Santos and Fernandez. So you think Santos is ahead of Kobe Mainoo?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go Andre Santos.
And Bruno, I think, is...
Yeah, Bruno is the last one. He will always play. Bruno Fernandes. Okay, so there you have it, guys.
I mean, that's exactly what we need. That's the best makeup in terms of possession one, duels one. Santos wins good duels as well. Good ball passes. You've got key passes, progressive passes, ball carrying from Bruno. It's all good. Baleba does carry, but it's his possession one, which is the key element to us. He breaks up the play, wins the duels. It's a nice balance up for us. That's probably our best balance.
But Stu, if you remove this blue Baleba, and let's go for Baleba under the survey.
Yes,
because I want to see Baleba with more ball carrying skills. So now you see a Baleba in the yellow. So he's actually more in the ball carrying bit and also possession one, but not as high on duels. So this is Andre Santos's area.
Yeah, but we've still got a nice balance. Baleba actually offers us this balance that we haven't had, because if you take Baleba out and put in Tielemans.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Not that we can spell Tielemans. Oh, there you go. They must have heard us.
Obviously.
It's too similar.
So Tielemans is in purple. Yeah.
So we've got hardly any possession one, and Jules, you're relying on just one player to do that. So nice. I like Tielemans' shadow, by the way. If you were to take Bruno out and put maybe Baleba in, that would be quite interesting. Although we lose a lot of key passes and no ball carrying.
The thing is, for me, you can't play Tielemans and Bruno in the same team.
No, you can't. I don't think you can.
I have learned so much watching the last couple of games.
Yeah,
so let's remove Bruno, and so this is our new two new signings. So let's put in Baleba as the third one, and we can all see if they can play as a midfield 3. It's not too shabby.
It's not too shabby at all. Good balance again. But we're lacking Bruno's quality, aren't we, in key areas?
Yeah, we have to rely on Tielemans, being the key passes, and
but not
Baleba
bad.
with the carrying.
Yeah, it's good. Baleba's going to add to us, Jarvis. That's the key. What we've established is Baleba's going to add to the areas we're missing. One of the things we'll talk about in the game, Jarvis, is Ollie McBurney didn't have to go and find the pocket on Saturday. It was the biggest pocket you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because there was nobody filling it. There was nobody filling the pocket. And we'll talk about that during the review. But
yeah, but we can talk about the review because let's I have nothing more to cover. Let me just check X quickly and see if there's any other transfer update news. Usually Roshmano sends me updates.
If you're not wrong, we could play Bruno out left. We could play him outright, and he could use that. So you could play Bruno up front and use Tielemans in behind. But I don't think Bruno would want to do that, and I don't think Carrick will play him. Yeah, I quite like that. It's quite a good thing. The third kit would be nicer with the crest. Question I've got is why the hell didn't we wear red? And of course, it's all about commercial, isn't it? Adidas would have made that call. Adidas would have made that call. You've got to wear the third kit. Boxing with a knockout blow. What have you done, boxing?
Boxing always comes in with knockouts. By the way, on transfer news too, before we go to game review, is the only thing I find kind of interesting is the last reports on Diop, El Hadji Malik Diop, the West Ham fullback, left back, that Brentford are planning an improved offer in the region of £37 million for West Ham left back Diop after having 3 previous bids rejected. So I think that puts at least Diop out of the equation of us signing him. Again. So, but it's a good signing for Brentford. Yeah.
Simon, just to let you know, pal, Baleba passed his medical today and everything's signed.
Yeah,
it's a done deal. Should get announced tomorrow, we hear.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the games too. I want to know
he's on
if it's ever injury free. Yes.
Yes. Is this Grace Sheridan in disguise? Because this is what Grace would do with Dallo. Absolutely phenomenal. Grace, if it's you, fantastic.
Oh, you Grace. Oh, you Grace. Oh, you Grace Sheridan in disguise. Okay.
Tielemans does need to get fit. You're absolutely right, mate. 100%.
No. But okay, give it to me, Stu. Tell me, what's your reaction on the game? How did you see the game? And the calamity we saw us losing against newly promoted Hull 2-0 at their home ground in front of 25,000 spectators. And yeah.
A couple of things. I rewatched it at 7 o'clock this morning before I left to come home, and I'm a lot calmer about the game than what I was when we spoke. When I was a little bit I was on my way up north anyway, and then it was like so. My observations are quite clear. We didn't prepare for a championship team. We prepared for a Premier League team, but yet they're still a championship team, Hull. They've got championship mentality. When you come up against a player like Ollie McBurney, you're only going to get one thing from him. He's going to absolutely piss you off all game. He's going to out-muscle you. He's going to try and run you ragged, not necessarily with the ball, but when he's off the ball. And you're going to have players that are going to smash into challenges because that's the way they play in the championship. And the thing about the way that Hull went about their role with us wasn't anything that I didn't really expect. I kind of understood how they would play. Now, they're two fullbacks, probably two of the best exponents of accuracy from crossing from about 30 yards from the diagonal. Each time they delivered with pinpoint accuracy, power, pace, and whip. And it's impossible sometimes for a defender to get a full clearance on it because you can't judge a ball that's spinning and fizzing at you at 60, 70 miles an hour because they put them in from real power on both sides. But what they did really, really well was that every time they went in on a challenge with us, they pushed us over and they left us on the deck. Everyone, Heaven, Maguire, Santos, Tielemans, Bruno, Mbuemo, Cunha. They left us all at shore. They left us all on the deck all the time. Every time they got near us, we were the team that was on the floor. We didn't utilize and understand, and we've never understood how to create a low block and defeat a low block. But the problem is, Jarvis, when you encourage a low block, then it makes it very easy for the defensive unit of the opposition to just drop back and just stay 4-4-1, which is what they did. So every time McBurney got the ball, all he was doing was just chasing it, and if he wasn't winning it, he was fouling. And he was pushing. So it gave them a little bit of respite. And this is what I don't kind of understand with the way that we went about our job yesterday. Our passing was off completely. We couldn't pass 2 yards, let alone 20 yards. It was terrible. The pace of the game seemed to totally flummox Santos, totally flummoxed him. He was expecting time and space. He got nothing. Every time the ball came into him, bang, somebody was there snapping his heels. I didn't, Hull hit their ceiling. That's Hull's ceiling, by the way, Jarvis. They can't play any better than the way they played. They just can't. They won't do that again for the rest of the season. But we had a chat on Thursday night, and we both said you've got to expect, a flurry of punches at the beginning of the game, and then you should be able to get into it. But we never got into a rhythm because we didn't play with any fluency. We didn't play with any direction. We didn't press at all. And I've got a giggle, and I did have a giggle, Jarvis. Jarvis sent a little period of play, a little passage of play.
No, we will talk about that one. I want to show people that one's too. So don't read too much.
No, but I had a giggle, and you must have known why I had a giggle, because it's exactly what I want us to do. And so we didn't attack well. We don't attack the diagonal. We didn't once, Jarvis, try and effect a penalty. When you're 2-0 down away from home, attack the diagonal of the box. Try and affect
no diagonal runs, Stu. No nothing.
Penalty. Try and get in the box, and because whoever it is, Dorgu, Rashford, and Buemo, you get into the box and you face up a defender. It's a defender's nightmare. He's going to back off. He's going to give you space, because if he doesn't give you space and he makes one wrong move, you're over his leg, penalty. We didn't even do that. We defended like children, one for the better word. Carrick got it slightly wrong for me. Because I wouldn't have played Mazzari, I'd have played Yoro at right back. I think he would have offered us a bit more stability if Dallo wasn't fit.
We said so in the preview, so I can agree with you on that one.
He would have offered us a lot of stability. Luke Shaw, it's catching up with Luke Shaw completely now. The pace of the game was too quick for him. But and we said this on a few times, to be fair, Jarvis, we said, hey, Grace is in. We lost because we benched Dallo. She'll give him another chance to.
I was waiting for that comment, Grace.
Welcome to the show. You've got a rival in the chat tonight with Mason Mount fans. So anyway, and Tielemans just didn't look fit. Bruno didn't look fit to me. Mazzari didn't look fit. I thought Maguire was probably one of our better performers. I didn't think Cunha had a particularly good game. I would have pulled him. In fact, I would have dragged 6 of them off at half time if I could, to be honest, because there wasn't enough bite in there. There wasn't enough aggression in there. And we're not an aggressive team. And so, look, you've got to kind of give it to Hull in many ways. Their execution of the way that they went about beating us, Jarvis, was flawless, because they're crossing. And by the way, the left back is a Shropshire lad. I'll just go on record as saying that.
Okay.
So I was very proud of that part. But they're crossing You can't tell me, Jarvis, you've seen many better crosses than that in the opening game of the season, both from left and right. They were absolute accurate, pinpoint. Now, we got it wrong because we couldn't seem to mark anyone. We certainly couldn't seem. We were colourblind at one point because we couldn't seem to realise it should be marking an orange and black shirt rather than a white shirt. I don't quite know what happened there. I think Lammens made
you see Maguire holding on to Masraoui.
Yeah,
when they scored,
that was the second goal.
It takes me back when it comes to Maguire. The time he took hold of Luke Shaw, and
unbelievable. Lammens, I thought, had as good a game as he could. The save from at Burnley, where he pushed it onto the post, I thought was outstanding. But obviously, we all know what happened after that. So, there would be some worrying signs for me. There'll be some worrying signs for Carrick, and there'll be some worrying signs, I hope, for the players. But we've lost the first game of the season before, and it has very little effect on your season. The problem is, Jarvis, if we lose the first 3, then we're 9 points clear. So you're out the title race straight away. We're 9 points behind because Arsenal aren't going to drop many points this year, Jarvis.
They're not.
No, at this point in time, Arsenal are the only
team. It will be talked. I said so. We talked about this on Noradin channel yesterday, and I kind of know if we drop points against Ipswich, and maybe let's say we drop points against Everton, it will get toxic. It will get toxic pretty quick when it comes to this fan base. We will go straight at the players, straight at the managers, straight at the. Maybe Wilcox, Sir Jim, but not the Glazers, unfortunately, knowing our fan base.
No, it will be toxic. But we just lacked any kind of rhythm. But what was more disappointing than anything, and I'm going to call Carrick out on this one a little bit, is he didn't do anything to affect the game.
Well, he put some subs in early. I think he put on Rashford. For Carrick, it's early. He didn't wait until the minutes. Yeah,
but that doesn't really affect the game. He didn't shake it up at all, did he?
No.
And I mean, Sunderland, Hull could have won 3-0 quite easily. Could have won 4-0.
Yeah,
quite easily. The lads have got I would imagine they would have been a little bit shell shocked, to be honest.
I think the game was over after the first half.
We couldn't dig ourselves. We even if we had a shovel, Jarvis, we'd still be digging now because the hole wouldn't be deep enough because we just lacked any type of character and composure. But like I said to you right at the very beginning, I go right back to the very beginning, Jarvis, and this is the critical element to the way that Carrick and the team underestimated Hull. We thought we were playing a Premier League side. We did not set ourselves up to play a Championship side. Now, there's not a golfing difference. The Premier League should be way up here. It's the fact that you go into the Championship in a lower league, they don't give you the space. They don't give you the time. They're breathing down your neck constantly for 90 minutes. We looked unfit, by the way, as a unit. We didn't attack as a unit and we didn't defend as a unit. But am I disappointed? Yes. Am I concerned? A little bit. Am I looking forward to Sunday at 4:30? Absolutely. Can't wait. So looking forward to it. And we've got to put it right. If I was the club, Jarvis, I'd want to be playing Ipswich Wednesday.
I want to show you something, Stu. And by the way, we have a super chat from Bilal. Bilal, we will come to that super chat quickly, but I just want to show you guys this. And I think it adds some substance to when everybody's talking about me not fit. If you look at the central midfield of Hull, you have Slater and Crooks. So if we go to Slater and look at his match stats, distance covered 12.3 kilometers. And let's check out Matt Crooks. Covered the most distance, 12.7 in that match. So they ran their socks off in the center of the park. If you go to Tielemans and Santos, I can tell you Santos had 8 kilometers and Tielemans had 8.1. Okay, they were hooked off the pitch in the 67th minute, but again, you know, if you go by minute, they average. It's far less than Crooks and Slater. So it's about running stats and actually moving your legs.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got to bear in mind on this though, Jarvis. Every time Crooks got anywhere near Santos, he put him on his arse.
I think it was excellent, to be honest. You know,
Crooks was
32-year-old championship player Crooks. He played like Sander Berge. He was so composed.
It's what he wanted. You know, it was always bad news for us. I thought we'd win 3-0, to be honest. I totally misunderstood and underestimated Hull City. And, you know, congratulations to Hull City. I did. But then I've been in the game long enough, so have you, to know that these banana skins happen in games. I mean, you know, a few years ago, Brentford 4-0. I remember back in Fergie's day, we were beaten 3-0 by Everton, one of Schmeichel's very first games, you know. But we went on then to win the league. We can recover. You can recover from an opening day loss, but you can't recover from 3 losses in the first 3 games, Jarvis. You just can't do it. No. And there is some light at the end of the tunnel for us. We're not in the relegation zone. We're just above it, but we're not in the relegation zone. Can you get us up to 100 likes, please, guys? That'd be amazing. We're not in the relegation zone. We're 4th from bottom, Jarvis, but we're not in the relegation zone. So there is things. But
let's look at the table after 10 games and start assessing.
Exactly right. Yeah. And that's what we always say, don't we? 8 to 10, then we can start looking at it. So for me, hugely disappointing. I could pick a million holes in the game, which I've elected not to, because you can. But I think first and foremost, congratulations to Hull. They played to the best of their ability. I don't think they can emulate that, Jarvis. I don't think they'll be able to play above that. But I'll tell you something now. Not many people are going to want to go to Hull at this point in time and get that kind of punch in the face, because they will play that. He's a well-organised manager. They were well organised.
Sergej Jankirovic, the Hull City manager, he had a comment. He talked about watching Man United for 3 games. This comment came out. Let me just bring it up and read, saying Sergej Jankirovic has a... No, that's not the right... Sorry. He has agreed a new contract, by the way. We gave the whole manager a new contract by beating Man United. It's kind of incredible.
Fair play to him.
Fair play to him, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
This is the comment I was looking for, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I will add it. Yesterday, he came out and said, we watched Man United 3 times, once live, and we saw their problems. Then we tried to use this today. 3 times took him to analyze Man United, and he knew what to do. And I suspect he watched Tactical Devils one time just to get a hint of where to look.
We know he watched Tactical Devils because he did exactly what we thought he'd do. That's the thing. You spoke about attacking the diagonal, and I speak a lot, don't I, about crossing from deep and the danger of crossing from deep. And they executed it. I don't care what anyone says, to perfection. The balls were pinpoint. They were accurate all the time, and they were designed to cause chaos in our defence. And guess what? It worked. Before we go any further, we have had 30 duels and a super chat. So let's do the super chat first, and then Tom Porter has delivered 30 duels. Bilal, thank you so much for this. And Bilal goes on to say, if we play like that versus Ipswich, they will beat us. I think it's hard to argue against that comment, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and I think you're 100% right. Ipswich will beat us. I think Ipswich is a level above Hull.
They're better than
them. They're more ball playing, and they have more quality. And if we can't get our legs going and start smashing into duels and show to ourselves, have some pride coming on that pitch and actually wanting to win that game, because going into the Premier League, every game is a war. Every game is equivalent to the FA Cup final for the opposition team. So we have to come in and give the same energy. So basically, we are playing an FA Cup final every game. And if the players take lightly on that, if they come into the game wearing their Bose headset, listening to soothing music, chewing gum, watching their phone, watching Instagram and TikTok, and not really are 100% focused on the task ahead, ready for the pain that's going to meet them, to face them in the first duel. I bet you the guys at Hull, Crooks and Slater, they have been thinking for weeks on this game. It was just rubbing their hands. I can't wait to smash into Bruno Fernandes. As soon as he get the ball, I will fucking get at him and I'll fucking smash him as hard as I can. They have been waiting for this moment. And it looked like we weren't ready. We were afraid. And for me, you know, Carrick was asked this question and by Jan-Åge Fjørtoft on the Via Play studio afterwards in the interview zone. And Carrick said something like, it was a ridiculous question, not insinuating that the players weren't ready, that they weren't up for it, that they weren't sad of losing. Okay, maybe. But don't come and tell me that the players were up for it, because we could see it. You know, my eyes don't lie to me. You could clearly see the players weren't smashing into it. You know, if at least if you're not in the best form, if you're not, because it's not about running. You know, all of these players can run 12, 13K for a full 90. But you know, when you're tired, your technique goes a little bit off, your judgment goes a little bit off. All of this drops like 5-10%. But at least run, at least smash into tackles, do the basics. And if you don't do that, you know, for me, you know, it's, as Nordin always say, it's the way you lose. And for me, you know, the way we lost, I'm so sick of being the laughingstock of the Premier League. So, guys, that was my rant from yesterday. I would have been more angry if it was yesterday.
I haven't ranted, but you are right. You are speaking my language, because, you know, I talk about hairstyles. I talk about fucking, you know, the way they dress. I talk about this. I talk about that. But wait, you can do all that when you're not on the pitch and you're at home. On match days, you're absolutely right, pal. None of this carrying a Gucci bag in. Hey, Vicky, my darling. Oh, she's given us. She's gifted 5 memberships.
I saw that.
Yeah. Nobody cares about your Gucci handbag. You fucking. You should be going in there fixed. You're absolutely right about Hull. He would have been absolutely. Oh my God, we got Man United first game. Fucking hell, I can't fucking wait. And he's gone to bed for 6 to 8 weeks, Crooks, dreaming about that game, dreaming about it. He's woke up Saturday
morning. He was
morning.
laughing when he saw Tielemans in the starting lineup. So you know, that little guy, I'll freaking smash into him.
Yeah. So excited, gets his kit on, you know, he's loving it. I feel good, and they look good. The kit's nice, they look smart, and from the first whistle, take that, bang. And that's what it's all about. Tom Porter, just before we get to you, Vicky, my darling. Oh, by the way, big happy birthday to Vicky's 16-year-old son.
Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Elliot. Looks like he had a really good time. So happy birthday, Elliot, from everyone on Tactical Devils. Tom, I still want a Goldie looking chain, but thanks for all the gold coins, Tom.
Tom Porter has donated 10 jewels, 10 jewels, and 10 jewels. So 3 gold coins.
Yes, absolutely. That adds up to a Goldie looking chain.
Yes.
Yes. which I want.
Thank you, Tom.
And Vicky,
Tom.
come on, what are you going to give? Once we've done your memberships, Vicky, Jarvis will give, I think, a fuck off Guardiola today. Or
well, Vicky, you can decide. Do you want the Wayne Rooney lullaby or a chant? Do you want the Ronaldinho, or do you want the fuck off Guardiola?
Yeah, I don't know if I could cope with a Wayne Rooney chant. God, it's terrible. While we're doing that, let's see who's got the. God, I'm having a nightmare now. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. We have. Who do we have? Okay, we've got Mark C. 9268. We've got Nigel Lewis.
Nigel Lewis.
Yes. Genius Desire. Interesting name.
Genius.
Anyway, here's in. Billow Junior.
Big up, Junior.
Big up, Billow. And Mohamza Zain.
Oh, Mohamza Zain. Big up, Mohamza Zain.
All of you guys have received a membership from the beautiful Witterbird.
And guys, I have to stretch my arms and give you a hug and say welcome to the Tactical Devils community. You are now hereby a member of the best community online, a YouTube community, footballing community, camaraderie. The best guys out there, so generous, gifting gifts, and you know, talking positive to each other. And this is what I and Stu have tried to create and achieved, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you for becoming a member. And now you have access to the special members emojis, and you get the green badge. So welcome to the team, guys, and thank you so much, Vicky. And for Bilal for the super chat, and Tom Porter for the coins. And Vicky said she wanted to hear Wayne Rooney sing. So guys, cover your ears.
And I said to her, would you kindly tell me who owns that coat outside the door where my old coat should be? Aye, drunk you silly old fool, still you cannot see. That's the lovely blanket that me mother sent to me. It's many days I travelled, 100 miles or more, with buttons on that blanket sure I never saw before.
That I never saw before.
It's disgraceful.
Nah, it's not. It's
fair play to Wayne Rooney.
Fantastic.
And fair play to Wiki, and Tom, and Bilal. Thank you so much for the donations tonight. It's we really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Vicky is laughing. And by the way, coming in with a comment and saying, we celebrated Elliot's birthday and with my ex-husband and his dad. And they were whole fans. Well, I say fans. My ex didn't know at halftime. So they exchanged half. Yeah, okay. He didn't know.
Well, he doesn't know much, X, but there you go.
Ooh, we have a raid. We have a raid, by the way. Thank you, Cass and the Never a Foul gang for raiding the Tactical Devils. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate your raid, guys. And for the newcomers, welcome to the show. We have covered most of the latest transfer news on Balde. We have talked about Ahmad's injury, Boadi to City, Baleba 100% confirmed, and Xerxes maybe to Aston Villa. So now we are talking about the whole game, and if you have any comments, get them in there and talk about your match reaction and how you feel after the game. So thank you guys for tuning in. And by the way, don't forget, hit the like, and if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils, please subscribe. And we are on 108 likes already, so smash it, guys, and keep it up. Thank you, Trevor Wade, for reminding them.
Lucky Singh's back in the chat. I haven't seen Lucky Singh for a while. Good to see you, mate. And he says, I don't care about Hull. Move on. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I want to talk about tactics, guys, because I saw some things, and you know, I've been highly critical to the 4-2-4 press and our press play when the opposition plays out from the back. We have this summer in the friendly seen Man United pressing with a front four, kind of a flat front four, not too aggressive, just blocking the inner passing lanes and waiting for them to play the ball and then swarm at them and go aggressive. So we are just waiting for their move for us to be aggressive. But against Hull, it didn't work, and it was actually the same thing that we saw against Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. And you know, playing against the back five gave us a lot of problems. Stu, before I go to the tactical board and show you some clips from the game, do you have anything to add when it comes to our press play?
Sorry, you said press play.
Press play.
Yes,
no, not the old VCR we are talking about. We are talking about
because you want to
pressing as a unit, trying to win the ball high up the pitch.
Yes. Again, let me just reiterate my question. You were talking about press play. We didn't press. We didn't zonal press. We didn't Gegen press. We didn't languidly press. We didn't press. And I know you're going to show that piece to it, but I don't like 4 pressing across the back anyway, unless you're going to squeeze them into their 18-yard box. Okay, it's the only way you should ever press when you're doing 4 across them, squeeze a lot of them. We didn't do that. We squeeze, but we didn't squeeze, actually. I just squeeze. I don't know why I'm laughing at squeeze. We didn't suffocate them. I don't know why I'm laughing at squeeze. Anyway, we didn't,
I'm laughing at squeeze. It's a funny word.
Yeah, we didn't suffocate them. As Craig said, we did fuck all. We didn't press, and we didn't not press. We didn't do anything in that game. And I've always said to you, and I've been quite, By
the way, big up. We deserve better. Good night. Good night.
Big up. Thanks for tuning in, pal. As always. I've always been consistent in my message about pressing. It isn't always about pressing at 100 miles an hour, but it is about pressing tactically, zonally. And we didn't do either, Jarvis. And that's really, really poor. Really poor. And I'm just completely not happy with that element of the game. Dorgu. And when Bruno did press, he pressed in the wrong area of the fucking pitch anyway. He pressed Squoos. Yes, Squoos. It was supposed to be Squoos, but Squoos,
Big up, Joe.
Squeeze, whatever. Big up, Joe. We didn't press, basically. We were so lazy and so lethargic in our movement around the pitch. It allowed Hull to gain 10 extra yards all the time. So, yeah, it was poor.
Yeah, it was. Neil Driscoll said, was not happy after the game. Neither was I. But not surprised United lost, and neither was I. And that's the thing, that's the thing you get with Man United. And, I'm the biggest pessimist of them all when it comes to Man United. And I never predict us to win. And I always say, be wary, watch out. They are good. The manager is good. Look at their tactics, look at their players. But again, now I feel not vindicated, but I'm as disappointed as you guys, but at least I'm not that angry anymore. Yesterday I was so angry I couldn't even do a show. So yeah, that's just how it is. I see a lot of new names in the live chat. Big up, guys! Thank you and welcome to the show, and thank you for the Never a Foul raid. So quickly before we go to the tactical analytics of the game. Someone asked about what's the latest Balde news. So quickly, I just want to repeat for all the new arrivers. This report came out from on Balde saying that, let me add it to stage, Alejandro Balde has offers from 3 clubs, and one of them is from Manchester United, who are currently the front runners. So basically, this is Luis Rojo, and he's a Barcelona journalist for Marca, the Spanish news outlet. And he's been covering a lot of Man United, Barcelona-related transfer deals in the last couple of years. The Frenkie de Jong thing, the Rashford thing when he went to... So he knows his stuff when it comes to Man United. So Luis Rojo comes out and he says that one of them is Man United. So I don't know when it comes to offers. It can't be an official offer, but we are looking for Balde. And we also know that Balde didn't play for Barcelona. He wasn't even in the match squad. So that's also a hint. And we also know that Bivel is pushing for Balde from the United side of things. I think the biggest issue is the agent, and that's Mendes, and we all remember what Mendes did in the Mateus Fernandes saga. So for me, it's not even 50%. I would say I rate this Balde rumors to 25%, not higher than that. So don't get carried away, guys. I don't think we get Balde. I think it's either Barcelona or Mendes who's playing us, because we know that Mendes is negotiating the deal for what's his name, Salinas, the left back that Barcelona are trying to get. So that's the latest Balde updates, guys. So there you have it. Let's get back to the game. So first of all, I want to bring up the tactical board, and I want to talk a little bit about the.
Oh, thanks, Trev.
Thank you, Trev. Thank you, Trev.
Thank you, mate. That's very kind. Just before you go on the tactical board, there was a quote, not a quote, but it was something from, I believe, Nikki. Yeah, and Nikki says, "Is it true that Balde?" Oh, go on.
No, it was just Ursula Farrow saying, what's the price for Balde? I think it's 34 million euros.
We think 35 million euros. Nikki was saying, is it true that Balde does not have a good work ethic, and that's why Barcelona want rid of him? We don't know, to be honest, Nikki. We'll be honest with you. We don't know. Me and Jarvis think it's a bit of a very tenuous link at best, and it could be for one or two reasons. He signs a new contract in Barcelona and then gets a loan move, but he gets higher wages or doubles his wages. I think if Barcelona want to sell him, they're not going to get a huge amount for him. 35 million euros in today's market's nothing. But I don't think he fits us, actually. Me and Jarvis were discussing right at the very beginning of the stream. He was coming to us because I don't think he's great at one-on-one defending. He's purely a wing back and not a defensive. There's no defensive element to his game, so interesting to see. Sorry, Jarvis.
But the thing is, it's hard to judge when you play for Barcelona because no one hardly goes at. No, they never defend. That's the thing. It's more about high pressing and intercepting the ball when the opposition panics. So it's a difficult one. But we will see. But for me, I think it's like 25%. So it's not a very likely rumor. Yeah,
I think 25%'s a bit generous, to be honest. David Raum, I think that's got a bit of legs.
Yeah, but as I said, Sean, about Raum is we haven't scouted Raum. We haven't done the thorough analytics because we know we depend heavily on the analytics team and our scouting team now when it comes to players. And David Raum, we didn't go for him. He was offered by his agent to us as an option. And, he has brilliant stats, but he's not a player we have looked into for a long time, as far as I know. So that's the thing,
Vivel, isn't he? He's known by Vivel.
He's known by Vivel, the Leipzig link, and also he played with Sesko and all of this. But for me, it goes against Man United just suddenly going for a player randomly without thoroughly doing the due diligence before signing him. So that's just also my take on David Raum.
Good point.
I like him, but I don't think it's highly likely that we will go from. And if we do, I think it's almost like a panic buy at the end of the window. But it could happen.
It could.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Let's bring up the tactical board. So, okay, I want to talk a little bit about the build-up play because when we press, as I said, we usually press in a flat four. I don't know, is it big enough? Do you guys see the tactical board? Should I try to enhance it a little bit?
Jarvis?
Yeah.
Let's have a quick read of that. Thanks, Kenneth or Ken. Let us know what you prefer, Kenneth or Ken. Me and Jarvis to try and offer a realistic view. We don't pretend to know everything there is to know about football, but we just give our own opinions and what we think. That's all it is. So thanks for joining us, Ken. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth. And the thing is, we are in the loop when it comes to all this Man United news. That's what I do, all day checking Twitter. Is there any news? And after a while, your brain starts getting a little bit weird and you start connecting dots and understanding what's actually going on. And all these agencies, all the clubs, and all these players, and all of this, just shouting, and all the ITKs, they put out so much bullshit just for clicks. So after a while, you understand what to expect and what's real and what's not, as far as I understand. So yeah, but maybe I'm wrong on Balde. Maybe I'm wrong. But thank you, Kenneth.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Back to the press play. What we've seen in preseason, it's something like this: a flat four, Tielemans and Santos behind them, Luke Shaw and Masraoui on each side, ready to jump if the ball comes into the, I would call these the wide pockets. And also we have the two center backs holding on to the striker. So basically, this is what we've seen in our press play. And I think the main game is trying to force them to try to play narrow into the half spaces, into the channels, and then swarm the player and win the ball high back on the pitch and go into attack and get at them in transition. And it worked for a couple of games. It worked in the Atletico Madrid game. It worked in the PSG game, I would say. But at least I said right away the 4-2-4 press is not working because it has obvious weaknesses, and it doesn't take much for a manager to figure it out and understand where to put the ball in the danger areas. That's here and that's here. And how do you do it? What do you do? And especially playing against a back three, because it worked against the back four, but when we played against the back three, suddenly we had problems. And against Hull, let me just run this with you. What Hull did in when they played out, they had a couple of moves, and it's about positional changes. First of all, the central centre-back moved up into midfield and made it more difficult for Bruno and Cunha to know who to mark. The wide centre-backs went out wide, and the goalkeeper went into the middle. So they were playing out with a back three, including the goalkeeper. So they could just play the ball from one side to the other side, waiting for the opening. And also, we know we have the fullbacks waiting to jump into this area if the ball comes here. But what they did instead, they pushed their wingbacks high and pinned our fullbacks down. We saw this, yes, we have seen this so many times under Amorim, opposition teams doing this against us, especially Newcastle, for example. I think they were the first to do it under Amorim and really exploiting Ruben Amorim. And centrally now, they have several players. And what I saw a lot of times, for example, here with Cunha's man, he dragged himself out in this pocket behind Dorgu, and they didn't know who to mark him because they have two guys here for Bruno and Cunha to mark, and then they move the center back up here and he moves out in this pocket. So that's the movement. And suddenly Cunha didn't know where to mark, Dorgu didn't know where to mark, and the sign is studs on the ball. You can see the goalkeeper standing there nonchalant with the studs on the ball and waiting. And what do? We lose our patience. We closely, like a tiger, sneaking in, going closer and closer. And what do we do when we go closer? We leave a big gap in the danger area. So after a while, when the moment is right, and Dorgu and Cunha were too high or too low or not in the right area, he just lofted the ball over here, and suddenly we had trouble. So this happened, and the movement was center back up, central player out, wing back high. And for me, it was so simple. I could see it in my first watch when I analyzed the game live. And I can show you some footage from the game. And this is what I've been talking about. I talked about this on Nuruddin channel yesterday. You can see the goalkeeper here standing with the ball, studs on the ball, Dorgu just walking, Cunha looking back. You see Bruno looking back. A little bit who to mark. And this is the central player, by the way, and this is the centre back moving up. So you see them, and suddenly you see Dorgu moving up. Moving up. And in this moment, it's clear for the goalkeeper what to do. You just loft the ball over Dorgu in this area here. And Cunha, who's Cunha marking? Where's Cunha standing? What should Cunha do in this situation? Suddenly he sees it and he panics, because when they press in this front four, they only focus forward. And that's the thing, because they think they cover all the width of the pitch, but they didn't. And now you see Cunha clearly panicking. He's panicking and starting sprinting home. And as a defender in a defensive position, that's the worst place to be. You have to start sprinting home in panic. That's not a good thing. And you see Cunha pointing at Dorgu, hey, it's your man, it's my man, who, and they don't understand what to do. And there's no Luke Shaw who can come up, as I showed you in the tactical board. There's no Luke Shaw here to jump in this area and press, because he's pinned down with the wing back. And this is the weakness. It didn't take long. It took him 3 games to watch, 1 live, 2 on video, and then suddenly a newly promoted team as Hull knew how to play out Man United. So the rest of this attack, Cunha comes in place, but then you have Ollie McBurney dropping down from the number 9 role, dragging out our centre backs. You see Aiden Heaven here, and if you go a little bit further, you can clearly see this is the wing back number 2 standing here with Luke Shaw, because he's pinned down. So it didn't take more than this to break down Man United's infamous 4-2-4 press play. So I don't know, Stu, what's your initial comments on this? Because we talked about this. I showed you the tactical board. I talked about the pockets. This is what will happen. They will just loft the ball over and we will be in trouble. And Holland, who's like a astute guy who's been around for 20 years, and Carrick and all of this analytics team, they couldn't see it.
It's a lack of, if you put the tactical board up, it's a lack of basics and vision as per usual, because you're right in the way that they played, but as soon as that centre half comes out, Cunha should approach the keeper. He should allow that centre half to get absorbed in our middle. Dorgu, if you push the tactical board
they should drop back in a mid block 4-4-2 and wait them out.
So if you put the board up,
yeah,
even there, so you're like, if ball wants to come into the middle of the park, fine, let him. He's going to do you very little damage there. But this is where we got it wrong. See, Dorgu should have positioned himself in between the fullback and the midfielder, the one that's dragged himself out. If he positioned himself there, the goalkeeper's then got to make a decision. Now that's a 10-yard mistake that Dorgu has made. What a 10-yard mistake, because Cunha should let 4 go. Santos is marking nobody at that point. And you're right, because you're talking about, just so you're all aware, by the way, Jarvis is talking about
Vendy.
The goalkeeper.
By the way, it's not about Dorgu, because we did the exact same thing against AC Milan, but then it was on the other side. It was Ahmad who was too impatient, wasn't positionally aware, and was pressing too high, and they played over us. Yeah, so it's not about Dorgu, it's about the system.
No, but my point is, it's the player. It's the player. Whoever the player is, isn't doing the right job. Now, if he's told to stay there, that's on Carrick, right? But he should be looking around, seeing what's going on, and then making his decision. If he pops him, if you just put Dorgu in between 5 and 8, just pop him in between, a bit further down to left, a bit there. Yeah, no, a bit there, but just in the middle of the two of them.
So here.
There. If you pop him there, the goalkeeper's got the ball at his feet. So Dorgu's watched their central midfielder come out. So you've got Luke Shaw, he's perfectly positioned, okay? You've got Maguire, he should be coming directly behind McBurney.
Yeah, I think this is McBurney. Yeah,
you can move him across. Forget about number 4, let him in there. Let him have it. Now, when Dorgu's occupying that space, he's got two chances to retrieve the ball. If the goalkeeper decides to go to the fullback, he's got a chance to retrieve the ball. If he decides to try his luck, Jarvis, with a flick, he's got a chance to retrieve the ball. But Cunha should be forward-facing and should be approaching Lamans. Not Lamans, I'll call him Lamans, their goalkeeper.
We are on the wrong side. This is how it is. Yeah.
should be approaching their goalkeeper. Because you're absolutely right. When the goalkeeper's standing there with his foot and we're just standing there with our hands on our dicks, not even looking, it's easy for a team like that to get out. So by positioning Dorgu there, by positioning Cunha further up against the goalkeeper, allowing the forward just to do whatever he wants. Because I promise you now, Jarvis, if the goalkeeper has got a choice to either go to wide left or wide right, or a centre half in the middle of the park, he will try to go wide left or wide right. I'm with you 100%. I couldn't work out what we were doing and how we couldn't understand the basics of moving into position to stop the supply, because everything you've demonstrated is what happened. And in fact, I think to be fair, you've been a little bit generous where you put Bruno and Cunha, because I thought we were
obviously back. But you know, I'm trying to explain it in a way that everybody understands. It's not a carbon copy blueprint of exactly that situation, but this is the gist of what we are trying to do and where our weaknesses are in the instance of play when we do this. Because we can't rely on the fullback pushing up and jumping if the ball comes in that area. So the guy who receives the ball will be under a little bit of pressure, and we will have time to drop back and swarm him. This is the problem. If the fullbacks are pinned, what do we do? What do we vacate the centre backs? Do the centre backs go wide, ready to jump? No. And suddenly we vacate the danger area, so that can't be done.
No, centre-back stay. There's a couple of things that we could have done there as well. But anyway, that's how I would have set us up, Jarvis. If you put Cunha towards the goalkeeper for me. Yeah, push him up. That's it. Bring Bruno in just to the side of their 10 and leave Santos where he is. Yeah, somewhere like that, and leave Santos where he is. That allows Tielemans to either support Maguire if he wants, or he can push Santos across and use and Tielemans coming in at 7. But what should really happen there also, this is how I would have done it, pal. I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm just saying how I would have done it. Luke Shaw, when you looked at where Luke Shaw was, how on earth did the fullback, and you must have been asking that question, get the run on Luke Shaw? And the reason he did, because Luke Shaw was the wrong fucking side of him. Luke Shaw should have been right up his arse. So right behind him, up his arse. So if you're going to try and spin on me, Park, you're right in the fucking touchline here. I'm going to keep you buried on the touchline. So that means, just say for argument's sake, Crook got the ball and he was looking for a first-time pass into McBurney. For argument's sake, Maguire being directly behind McBurney should have eradicated that state of play. Now, that's how I would have dealt with it. That's just me giving you my opinion. Like that. That's how I would have dealt with it. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right.
But the thing is, this is football theory, and there's no right or wrong answers when it comes to football. And for me, I feel this is a good debate. But you know, sitting in, let's say, the team meeting of Carrick and Holland and Phelan and all of them, you know, having these debates, sitting on the tactical board, talking about stuff like this, they need to prepare the players for situations like this, because it's an obvious weakness. And for me, you know, I'm extremely worried when you look at, if we go back, let me just show you guys, because this is one of the most worrying things. I don't know if you can see it because you know, it's small pictures. If you look at Bruno in this instance, Bruno is looking this way. Cunha is looking this way. Dorgu is looking over here.
Dorgu's looking for his mate in the ground.
If you move this forward, suddenly you see in this instance, where is Cunha pointing? He's pointing this way, and who is he pointing to? Who is supposed to do that job?
Anyone? No, that's right.
No. But the thing is, they look so unorganized, so disorganized in this moment, and it doesn't seem to me like they understand what they're doing and having a plan. Okay, let's suddenly you see, look over his shoulder. Okay, there is number 25. Okay, what to do? What should I react? Should I do something? And he's still walking. Suddenly Dorgu starts running at the goalkeeper. Why?
Well, it's too late then.
What is Dorgu trying to do? Are we suddenly a one-man press? Is this the thing? Is Dorgu pressing by himself?
Well, watch Cunha's body language.
and now
body language is, yeah, it's too late now, because Cunha's body language is expecting Dorgu to push as hard as possible on the keeper, just as you were making that point then. So he should have been sprinting as hard as he could. If you watch Cunha's body language at the time, he's looking over at Crook, but he's expecting Dorgu to challenge the goalkeeper. They're both so far out of position, Jarvis. It's untrue. Yeah. Dorgu just sort of held his fucking line. Cunha could have come across, across, and we're okay. But if Cunha had done, if Cunha, instead of being where he is up on the goalkeeper, Jarvis, there, and
but the thing is, my you I think you guys understand my worry, because when you look at the players, look at Cunha here pointing. What the fuck are you pointing about? What do you want Dorgu to do? And why didn't you say anything sooner?
We shouldn't have been there,
we didn't know what we were doing. I know this is the first game of the season. We look awfully unprepared. I said so after the AC Milan game. I'm not worried about results.
Well, I wanted to bring
care if we lose in a friendly televised training session, but I'm worried, Stu, because we looked unprepared.
Yeah. Well, I want to bring AC Milan up because you made the point 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, how Ahmad was out of position.
Yeah.
And Dorgu was exactly the same. Dorgu was exactly the same job. He's in the wrong fucking position. Now, all I've demonstrated is basics on how to defend against that. That's all I've tried to do. And that you don't have to press in their face. You just position yourself in an area, because you know as well as I do, Jarvis, if you're a central midfielder or a forward, and I'd walk past you, you're thinking, I ain't following the fucking centre back, because if I win the ball here, the centre back's got to follow me. You don't care about centre half in the middle of the park, mate. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Why would you? Because if the ball was to come back to you, you're onside, you're through and goal. Nobody cares about a centre half in the middle of the park. Your point is. Well, I just, like I said,
Wiki asked this question, comes in with it. She's been a member for 9 months. Thank you, Wiki, for supporting the channel. 9 months. That's almost a year. We looked so young 9 months ago, Stu. Remember? No wrinkles, no grey hair.
Okay, I've never looked young, guy. I mean, fucking hell. I've always looked old.
But she says, would you say shell-shocked or underprepared?
Underprepared?
I would say underprepared.
Both.
That's what I'm saying.
Bit of both. There's a little bit of both. I don't think any of us expected Hull to do a job, on us. I think none of us. We all undervalued what Hull could bring to the game. But I think they hit the ceiling, Jarvis. I don't think they can play any better than that. And they executed their game plan very, very well.
Yeah.
But we're underprepared.
Might I say, Stu, I presented this on Noradin channel yesterday, and today I've seen a lot of Twitter experts and tacticos presenting the same thing. I'm not saying I'm the original, but I see a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon now and understanding this 4-2-4 press with the pockets is not working.
You're right. It's because you're right. I mean, and I'm sorry to say this, guys, I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass here at all, but the way that me and you try and analyze a game of football is the way that we see it and the way that we view it. And we could see in the blink of an eye, if I hadn't seen that game yesterday, Jarvis, I could have told you in the blink of an eye how I would have prepared against that. Once you're going through it, I'm thinking, right, I'm here. I've got him here. I've got Cunha there. And I'm going to stop it because I'm happy to go one-on-one with McBurney. I'm happy to leave a centre half in the middle, and Luke Shaw should be tighter, and I can see all this in the blink of an eye as you're discussing the way that you're demonstrating how football and how they beat us. I can see how to stop it. And that's what annoys as a defender. That's what annoys me.
But the thing is, we've been on the other side because we had Ruben Amorim. We played with the back three and the wing backs. We know the weaknesses and how to exploit it, and you know how we could exploit the other teams. It's, you know, all of us United fans, at least you guys who've been following the tactical devils, you know, from the Amorim days and even the Ten Hag days, you know, the big gaps and all of this. We covered it all. That's
all
the
the
thing.
time. I mean, Ken's right. It all boils down to stability. Absolutely, stability is a big thing in football. We talk about it a lot. Vicky's right. Actually, you know, could 4-4-2. You know, could it be something that's going to completely flummox another manager? It shouldn't, but it could be. Craig's right. What's about earning the right to win? Hull earned the right to win. Hull City earned the right to win that game of football. We didn't. We didn't look way enough to be able to do it. Ted Lasso. I've never watched Ted Lasso, but I'm told I should. But I've never seen Ted. So I'm told
Ted Lasso. Brilliant.
Yala
Brilliant.
in the house.
Hey Yala, big up Yala. Hope you're well. Hope you're well.
Get it up. Can't get it up for some. Oh, here we go. Exactly. I was wondering who our midfield is marking. Absolutely, that's exactly right. United forever. So,
there was a question about Tielemans, by the way.
I was just about to say, if you're new to the channel and you do tune in on our match reactions or what you see, Jarvis plays videos. We get the tactical board up. Jarvis goes through everything, and I try and I always offer a solution to counter it, and that's what we've been doing.
It's highly nerdy. We are two very nerds, by the way. So if it's a little bit too much, don't press dislike. At least give us the benefit of the doubt. And
if you think it's too nerdy, then please tell us. But that's how we try to do it. If you're new to the channel and you've never seen it before, that's what we try to do. Like I say, we're not always right. It's just our opinion on how we would do certain elements in the game. That's all.
We got time space continuum coming in. I love that name, saying the game was all about reaction and response. United was too slow to it. Yeah, I think you're right. You know, as I said, I think as Wiki asked you, the players looked unprepared. They didn't look ready, and you know, that was my biggest worry after the AC Milan game. I don't care about the result. We didn't look ready, and I think that's on Carrick. It was his job to make the players ready for the first game. But, you know, let's not sit here and doom and gloom everything because, you know, it's early days. My biggest fear right now is if we drop points against Ipswich, maybe Everton, we will sit here in a toxic waste. And I think a lot of fans will start swinging right, left, and center.
Do you know something? I think ultimately Ipswich got to win, Everton got to win. Now, Ipswich will go to Old Trafford with a little bit of hope because they've already got 3 points on the board. Hull have got 3 points on the board. Hull, ladies and gentlemen, have got probably 30 points to score between now and the rest of the season they survive. That is a brilliant 3 points for Hull. But we have got to get back to basics. We have got to understand the basics of football again. And me and Jarvis have been here, and we've spoken about it, and Jarvis knows my opinion. I like what Carrick tries to do, but we don't have the players to execute it. So, you know, you've got to have the players to execute the formation and the system you want to play, and we don't have those players to execute it. So Santos was narrow. I agree with that. I didn't see too much width from him. I think everybody, you'll see a much more balanced midfield when Baleba plays.
Definitely.
With Santos and either Tielemans or Bruno. But there's going to be a debate, and I reckon all of us in the next 5-6 weeks are going to be having a debate about what certain players bring to the starting 11 and what certain players don't bring to the starting 11. I want to see Rashford, and he did try and attack the diagonal on 2 occasions. He didn't quite get it right. He couldn't get through, couldn't weave his magic.
Well, that's Rashford's speciality, you know. Cutting in the diagonal and shooting, you know. But
but I'd rather him, and I've said at the beginning of the game, Joe, when you're 2-0 down in a game of football, try and get a pen. I know it sounds awful. use your skill and ability to do it, but get yourself in the game first. Get yourself back in the game. Make it 2-1. What happens then? They get tired. They get a bit nervous. Before you know it, we're 3-2 up. That's what it could have been. But Vicky, me and Jarvis are on the fence with Steve Holland at the moment, because if that's where we are with them, we've had a full pre-season. I'm a touch. He's a brilliant coach, Steve Holland is, but maybe he can't coach Carrick's system, Jarvis, perhaps.
Well, I think we need more. I think we need more. If you look at other coaching staffs, De Serbi comes in with 12 guys, and we hammer him. He had all his unexperienced guys, not ready for the Premier League. But I think being experienced, because the thing is, now we're up against the best. This is Top Gun. This is the fighter jet pilot school. Top Gun. All the best, and you have to be the best. And Carrick, he's fighting against the best. This is the measuring stick now. Is Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, all the top clubs. That's the measuring stick, and we are fighting against very astute managers. So for me, this game wasn't good enough, and we can't say it's Carrick didn't do anything wrong, because he did. He didn't prepare his players, and that's on Steve Holland. And it's on Johnny Evans, and
they weren't prepared.
What's his name? Woodcox, something. His assistant. I can't remember his name right now. Something Wood.
Yeah. So Ken asked about fitness. You understand where you're coming from on that, because a lot of the players have finished the World Cup 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. So they've been playing regular, they've been training regular, but they then have to have 2-3 weeks off. It's quite difficult to understand how fitness can be an issue, but it's actually, there's fitness one, and there's actually being interacting. Jesus, get me words out. Get yourself interacted into the team. It takes time to do that. So Tielemans probably needs 2 to 3 weeks. Baleba will need 4 weeks. Santos will need a good couple of weeks yet to get up to full speed. Mbeumo looked okay. Cunha was off it fitness wise. Bruno was off it fitness wise. So they've got another full week. We should see a better attitude.
But okay, Stu, you have 5 subs. You have 5 subs, and if you are aware that your players are not up to the fitness level, you tell them, okay, play 45 minutes. Well, in that 45 minutes, you got to give 109%, as a famous guy said.
Somebody called Hansi Flick.
Hansi Flick. The 109% for 45 minutes, and then you make the subs. Because not all of them played the World Cup. You have Bruno, Cunha, Mbeumo didn't play in the World Cup. Sesko, okay, he's been out injured. But again, there are some options. We have a bench. We have Shea Lacey. There are other options. Xerxes, one of them. And we should be able to perform at a higher level. And, when you look at the Hull and Crooks, he ran 12.7 kilometers in the full 90. And Santos only covered 8. But okay, look, he played 70 minutes, but again,
but Hull got promoted and graft, and they graft. They're a grafting team. The thing about it is that, and I'm not going to jump on Carrick's grave, but I said a week ago, Jarvis, he's not strong enough. I don't think he's strong enough to say to Bruno, well, you didn't do enough last week to start. Or he's not strong enough with Maguire, or he's not strong enough with whoever to say you didn't do enough last week to play. So that's an interesting point, by the way, Mohammed. So, for me, I said we've spoken before about Maresca's strength, haven't we, as a coach, when he took Enzo off, when he was at Chelsea, just hold him off. You're not playing well enough. Get off. You're not good. You're no good to me today. Get off. And that's how we did it. So for me, we've got to do that. So good night, Vicky, my darling. Thank you so much for the members.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
See you, darling. Take
Vicky,
care.
Vicky.
Wiki. She loves Wiki.
Yes, Neil, I know it's Woodgate. Sorry, you know, sometimes I have some, what do you call it, brain farts. I can't remember, you know, I'm getting old. Yes, big up, Avatar Ahmed, big up. Glad you tuned in. And Stu, interesting debate. We have been doing 2 hours, 25 minutes. Again, we have a lot of questions.
The first time we've been just me and you again for a while.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks. It's good. This is what we do. This is our bag. You know, this is what we do. So
this is what we do.
Really,
I have a couple of questions too. Let's
Yeah, go
just
on,
run at them. 5 more minutes. Saying Man
cool.
United for life. Saying Jarvis, do you think Tielemans, Bruno, and Santos work well together? Quickly,
We don't.
No,
We don't
no.
think Tielemans and Bruno can work together, but we do think either Santos, Baleba, and Tielemans, or Santos, Baleba, and Bruno will work. So that's where we come down. We didn't. We haven't factored in Mainu yet. We don't think Mainu's fit, although quite why he's not fit, nobody knows. But no, we don't think that works.
He didn't play a minute in the World Cup. You know, he's been in the US, you know, training.
Yeah.
So yeah. By the way, a lot of good comments. Issues with stability is that we have options now, and no one really knows what is the most efficient 11. Okay, that's a fair point. It's trial and error, really. Rinse and repeat. Pivot wasn't too bad, to be honest. The issue is attacking group. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. You know, Carrick hasn't had his best players available, so we don't know yet. And I think, yeah, I think you're on to something. It's a little bit trial and error, but again, I think that this goes for every team in the Premier League. Look at Chelsea, how many players they have signed. Look at City, how many players they have signed. And everybody have had a lot of players out in the World Cup and all of this. So, you know, we are fighting on equal terms, to be honest. So, you know, there's no sulking and moaning. You just got to figure this out. And that's why you paid a king's ransom, because you are the top guys and you should be able to handle this. But it's a fair point. And you know, I don't think Carrick has done right now in the first games, at least. So, but it's still time to turn it around.
Yeah.
You're right, Neil. Yeah. You're right. But then you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes, you know, especially when it comes to names, I'm terrible when it comes to names. Terrible.
I'm even worse.
You know, I'm trying to talk. What's his name? You know him, the guy, the neighbors, nephews, something. You know, awful,
terrible. You ever gonna let go of your KB agenda?
I don't know.
We don't have an agenda, do we?
No, I don't. You know, I love Kobbie Mainoo. I think he's our best midfielder. He's our best midfielder, and I hope. Okay, you're talking about him not being match fit, not playing a game. That was not a poke to Kobbie Mainoo. It's about why he can't play, and that's on Carrick.
Yeah,
yeah, okay, maybe we are.
We definitely don't have an agenda on Kobbie. We like Kobbie. No. We think he's our best exponent of being able to hold the ball, release the ball at the right time, find space. We definitely don't have an issue with Kobbie. So if we've come across, then we're sorry, but no issue with Kobbie whatsoever.
Craig comes in as we don't have enough physical players aside from Maguire. We look tiny on the pitch. Yes, that's one of the problems with Tielemans, Santos, and Bruno. It's about the physicality. Yeah. So yeah, big up Kenneth Muan coming in, says cheers guys. Shows it's always eye-opening. Thank you. Let's see. We have Ante Simba saying, question for you guys. If everyone is fit, who drops out of the bench? I think Lacey and Euro will be sacrificed. I think you're not far off.
I think Lacey. I'm not so sure about Yoro. I'm not so sure. I think Yoro is going to get a bit of game time this season. I think Lacey, mainly for Premier League games, but certainly not for FA Cup and Carabao Cup. I think Lacey will get his fair share of games. But I think Yoro's got a chance, actually, of playing a few more games than we think. I thought he was unfortunate. I would have stuck with Yoro Jarvis to a bit of continuity. Big up Ben. Ben's in the chat.
Big up, Ben. Big up. Good to see you. One more question. It comes from Ursula, saying, Ursula Farrow coming in and say, do you guys think we're going for a striker this window? It could be if the right option comes along. I'm a big fan of the Club Bruges striker. He's the only one of the strikers we have been linked to that I actually like. What's his name? Tresoldi, I think his name is. He's quite technical. He's quite good. Other than him, I'm also quite fond of what's his name? Garcia, the Fulham striker. You know, he's the reincarnation of Aguero. You know, very stocky, strong, little Spanish striker. So some kind of striker like that. That's what I'm looking for. Not a 35-year-old target man on 200 pounds, 6'5". That's not my type of player. But I don't know, guys. So Stu, what's your thoughts?
I think we'll try and get a loan signing, and I think it'll be a last-minute loan signing, a little bit like when we did Cavani. Falcao, you know, those last-minute loan signings. Who it would be, I don't really know. The one that we should have got, we all know that, is Calvert-Lewin. Nobody wanted him because he's injury-prone. He was never going to be a starter at Old Trafford, but he'd stick 10, 12, 14 goals away a season. I think if we ever could get a hope, maybe if we could get a chance to get Watkins, then I think we should try and get him. 40 million quid into Saudi Arabia is cheap, isn't it? If that's what he goes for. So in the market, but I do think we need a backup striker. But there's not many great ones out there. That's the trouble. There really isn't. Yeah. There's not many out there you could absolutely Soloth maybe.
Well, the thing is, the only thing why I'm suggesting him is if it's the mold of the guys we have been looking at. You know, the Watkins, the big guys, the older guy, the experienced guy. That's the only thing, and he's available. Apparently, Atletico Madrid is trying to offload him. So, you know, that's why I'm thinking of maybe Sherlock could be a guy we could bring in for a punt for a season. And we are bottlers. No, I have no agenda. If you have followed us for a while, as you say, you will also find a lot of praise of Kobe Mainu. If you go back, you find shorts, tactical analytics of me talking about his press resistiveness, his composure on the ball, how good he is, how strong he is. But you know, I think I'm trying to assess most of the players as fair as I can. But you know, maybe I have agendas about players. For example, Rashford. I'm sometimes a little bit harsh on him. Maybe I'm a little bit too harsh on Bruno. I think a lot of people, Neil Driscoll, could agree that I'm way too harsh on Bruno, and yeah, sometimes I am. But you know, I'm only human. I'm not perfect. But you know, I try not to have agendas. That's just my honest assessment. So fair enough. But I'm not, honestly.
I think what I'd say to that, Jarvis, is everybody has an opinion about every footballer. And we are Bottlers FC. You will have an opinion on a footballer as well. And you might have had an opinion that you've shared 2 or 3 times. If that's the case, does that make you have an agenda against that player? It's not an agenda at all. We don't do agendas on this channel. But we are entitled to talk about players in whichever way we see fit.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's fair to call us out, and you know, if you feel that way, that's okay. But I'm just reassuring you that I'm I'm not having an issue. We have a super chat coming in from Shanshit. Big up. 100 rupees. I believe is it rupees?
It is.
Yeah.
100 rupees, yeah.
Thank you, Sanshit, saying, do you think Carrick has it in him to sub Bruno during games?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
Big up, Sanshit.
No.
Oh, you made me laugh. You made me laugh.
That's made me giggle. Ben wants to know. Ben's asked a question.
Well, I'm just gonna say to Sanjit, thank you for gifting a super chat. But no, I don't think Carrick has it in him to sub Bruno. I think then Bruno will have to put in stinker after stinker after stinker after stinker, and then he might bench him once and bring him in again just to give him a warning. So no.
It's a great question, Sanchi, and but I can't see that happening, pal. That's
all. when he's after me on the Rashford thing, Neil's after me on the Bruno thing. Now,
I tell you what, Grace is going to be after us both on the
Dallo thing.
Dallo thing, yeah, crikey.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, guys.
We should call ourselves Tactical Agenda then.
Big up, Shells. Big up. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're well. Okay, we are 2 hours 25 minutes, so I think it's time to.
Don't forget Ben's question.
Yes.
Let me see if I can pull it up. There you go. Ben says, if you're Michael Carrick, is this wise to do? Drop Shaw for Ames, drop Maguire for Mazzari, play Yora right back, Maz centre back, Tielemans Santos. Mainu, Lacey.
Okay, so we play with the midfield 3 then.
Not a bad shout, but I wouldn't drop Maguire for Mazzari, but I would play Yora right back, no problem. Tino Santos and Mainu. I don't know about that, Ben. I don't know about that one.
At least we will have recovery pace. We would be able to press higher, more compact as a unit, because I think that's vital for the high press. I think Ben is onto something, but it's a starting 11 you would never see on the Carrick.
No, you wouldn't.
But he would have to drop Bruno, and we know that will never happen. Yeah.
And then he says Lacey, Xerxes, and Cunha. It's a bold 11, Ben. I'll give you that. It's a bold 11, but I definitely wouldn't drop Maguire for Mazzari. But I would. And look, I'll give Ames a go.
You're Maguire's biggest fanboy. Yeah, you love Maguire.
But I would definitely 100% give Yoro a pop at right back for sure. I really would. Oh, crikey.
Neil, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Can we save that question, please?
We can, if we lose against Ipswich, we can.
Oh God, no!
We can also.
If we lose against Ipswich, Tactical Devils is going into a hiatus.
Oh, the toxicity will be.
It'll be too bad.
It will be too much. It will be too much. Question in via Butlers. Did you want Amorim gone when he was sacked, Mr. Wally?
Did I want Amorim gone? No.
I think you stood by him.
I stood by him, yeah.
Yeah.
I stood by him. I didn't want him sacked.
Yeah.
I think We Are Butlers doesn't like me and you, Jarvis.
No, I think I like critical questions. It's so welcoming. It's refreshing.
Oh, it's not about critical questions.
Call me out as much as you like.
It's the tinge. Okay. It's the tinge on the on the question. I don't think he likes us. Oh well.
Nah.
Not for everybody. No, I wasn't happy when he was sacked. I would have stuck by him. I said we should have given him a 5-year contract and stuck with him for 5 years, and it didn't happen. And so for me, that's
I think Amorim was in the wrong when it came to Mainu. Obviously, we saw that last season. He was obviously in the wrong, and but that was one of the biggest reasons why he got the sack in the first place. But to be fair, Amorim didn't get the sack because of results. He got the sack because he spoke out
He spoke out against the board. Yeah.
Against the board, and he didn't get the signing he wanted. So, different story. I see Cass is in the building. Big up, Cass. I hope you're well.
Yeah.
Shells is here. Other creators. I hope you have had a good night and good streams. So, yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up, Stu. It's 2 hours, 30 minutes. So we will be back tomorrow night with another Jarvis's Corner. So if you like, you can tune in 9 p.m. We will be a panel. So there will be a panel debate. Maybe Cass will be on. Shells, if you wanna jump on and be a part of the panel show, feel free. Let me know. And obviously, Mark will be here tomorrow. Maybe Noradin. We will see tomorrow what news is out there and what's there to talk about. But we definitely will go back and talk more about the whole game and. Talking a little bit more about Carrick and his team selection and tactics, because I think that's on the agenda this week.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Stu, before we wrap up, I just want to thank Bilal for the super chat, Tom Porter for the gems, Vicky for the gifted memberships, and also Sanjeet for the super chat. Thank you, guys. It helps so much now with the donations to keep the channel going. And 239 of you watching, 175 on Tactical Devils, and 64 on X at the moment. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Cass and Never a Foul for the raid. And thank you, guys, for tuning in. And guys, if you haven't, please subscribe to the Tactical Devils. We are currently on 200, and let me update drum roll, 2,415 subscribers. So yes, 2,500 is the next goal. Thank you, people, for tuning in. And let me just see if anyone is live. Maybe we can.
Mark's live.
Is Mark live?
Mark's live. Yeah, Mark's live.
Is he?
I'm sure he is. Yeah.
Yes, United Lens is live. Okay, guys, then I will send you over to Mark. Mark Langridge, the guy who's. Stu, do a couple of comments, and I just have to do this in the background.
What else have we got? Let's see. I think. Just hold on one sec. I did see. God, I've lost everything now. I've lost everything. I can't see.
Stu, you don't have your glasses.
No, I've got my new ones. Okay.
Okay, so, I'm good.
Yeah. So
one comment.
I think he thinks that anyone who likes Mainu didn't like. Anyone likes Amarin didn't like Mainu. It's just not the case, my mates. It just isn't the case. It just isn't the case.
Okay, jump over to Mark's channel.
Please,
I will. So, by the way, guys, this is Mark. He's live, and jump over to him.
Contact me for Twitter through United Lens.
Say to him, Tactical Devils Raid. That's all you need to do. So, big up, guys, and jump over to Mark's channel. Well, what's going on? This sound. Okay, guys. Right. Yeah. See you on the next. Have a good one, and good night.
See you tomorrow night.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow night.